We've got a super chat from the Death Site, who said, curious on your take on where Varian and Cairne are in the Shadowlands. It's one of my favourite, and feels like Cairne got a raw deal. Dude did get a raw deal, didn't he?
Oh, he's so cool.
Yeah.
Just nah.
So I think Varian is in a realm of the Shadowlands that we do not know of yet, and I think Cairne is as well. Yeah. And I think the sons of both of those characters are in the Shadowlands.
Yep. It's going to be a big dad-son reunion. Everyone's going to cry and hug, and then they'll be like, both of them almost in unison will go, right, sorry, I'll try a bit better. Right, yeah, I got this now. I got this.
You know, I think it'll work for...
Yeah, it'll be great.
It'll work for the arcs of every single character involved.
Yep.
Now, as to what realms they would go to, I mean, with Varian... with Cairne, it's just going to be the honorable nature place. It's surprising he's not... I mean, it's not really... Maybe there's something else that's different for honor and stuff that's not. I don't know. Where would he go? Well, maybe they'll make up a new realm. Yeah. As for Varian, I mean... Wrynn. There's even a wild god aspect to him.
Yeah. Maybe there's a realm for, like, leaders, where all good leaders that, like, go somewhere to chill with, like, it's all kingly or nice. They get their own little palace, so they feel all comfy, but, you know, it's the humble sort of kind. So I think because I really basically if I don't get to take my druid's night elf now instead of a torn shit, if I don't get to walk up to Cairne and he's just sitting in a little hut looking out over like a sort of nice version of the Barrens, like, I am dead but this is comfy, hope my son's doing okay. If I don't get to see that, I'll be actually angry.
Yeah.
If he was I don't know why I liked him so much when I played Warcraft 3 for the first time. But I was like, Cairne, old man, torn, cool. I like him more than anyone else in this game.
Yeah, so, yeah, agreed, and I'm excited to see those characters. I think there's great storytelling potential there, and stuff that players will feel connected to because we spent time with all characters involved. Yeah. That would just be great, so I hope they do it.
Yeah, there's also both of them have tremendous... Yeah, the parallels are kind of disgusting when I think about it. They both were shunted into leadership positions after their fathers died too early. So I think having that resolution together will actually be really cool.
So we've got a super chat, and by the way, final super chats now.
I was going to say
these two. It's midnight where we are.
So we've been here for 4 hours.
Oh my! This is our longest stream ever.
Yeah.
Oh no,
thanks
dude,
everyone.
There was so little news that we were like,
it's fine. This 2 hours.
Yeah. Instead, we had fun talking about video games.
Yeah. Thanks for all the questions, guys.
Yeah, actually, great stuff this time.
Yep. Good talking points.
I have been my list of video games to play has been so thoroughly assaulted. I need to play them, because you lose your edge if you don't get to play all the recent video games. Because in my head I'm like, oh yeah, roguelites like FTL. Yeah. To which, I mean, that's a long time ago.
That game's old as shit.
Old as shit, lad. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, we got a super from Nino of The Last Unicorn, who says, do you agree with the sentiment that the story is deflated since BFA? For example, Azal's defeat was close to 10 years of build up to a hard disappointment. I mean, yeah, like the dude who made Deathwing and the End Time happen went out like that. Yeah. We really went like big into the weeds in this one earlier on, so their like full clip will be up on that shortly enough.
I'm going to add one little thing about I really love the deflated thing, because earlier I said it was like a roller coaster, you can only go down, but I think like being like a bouncy castle that needs inflated again is like Blizzard need to put the time in for all of the characters and all their setups. They need to, and they best not get a compressor out. They need they need their team to sit around that bouncy castle just going.
Yeah.
Do that for hours and hours and hours. Do that for actually months, maybe years of content before we get to see an actual... Because when that big balloon gets to pop again, the more it's been inflated, the bigger the noise will be, the better it'll be as an experience.
Yeah, it's that thing where they try to have their big epic character moments and then also set up and tease the next stuff all at the same time, but they never have the supporting stuff of character motivations done as well to make the... Yeah. So it basically, they're just trying to do way too much in too little time, and it falls over. Yeah. It doesn't hit.
Yeah, we were doing Marvel comparisons earlier. Well, Marvel does stuff right. DC doesn't generally. Wolves a little bit more DC. World of Warcraft has the WandaVision problem, which I'm not going to
I've not
spoil,
watched
but
it, so I have no idea.
basically, they fall into the trap at the end of we need to set stuff up. We need to set stuff up, so it feels like the first half of that was a really creative, lovely show, and the last half was the Marvel executives coming saying, next movie needs set up, boys, go for it, and you're like, why fucking ruin this?
Yeah.
Yep.
So you kind of feel like the thing you really were there for that you wanted is cut short.
Yeah, because they're too busy. They're too busy trying to sell me their next product, which is what World of Warcraft feels like to me, and what Shadowlands feels like to me in a couple locations.
Well, it's like how, say, even the movie, the Joker movie, it was like, where that movie was good is when it was just, here is Joaquin Phoenix acting.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's great. But then any time that movie got into Wayne, the Waynes, and I'm just sitting there being like, yeah, I mean, I know it's like the sort of proto-Joker and the Wayne family, they'll have a connection, but I was just like, oh, this is extended universe, boring stuff. All I really care about is this, like, guy in distress raging against the whatever. It's like it didn't need the other bit.
Yeah.
And maybe we could have spent more time with, Arthur Fleck and maybe rounded him out a bit better if we didn't have to have the Waynes and that stuff.